welcome back. I'm so excited for today's video. Today we are going to be picking from our TBR jar, if you couldn't tell from the title, and this is a special moment because this is the last book I will be picking out of this TBR jar for 2023. So I am kind of sad this is ending, and I've really been putting a lot of thought into whether I want to continue this into 2024. Right now, I'm even behind. I think I have 2 more to read before I even get to this one. And my goal for the end of the year was to finish all of my TBR jar picks and all of my wrap TBR. So I've got like 1.5 of these left. I've read half of October's, and then I also need to read November's. And this one, I'm completely caught up and ready to read the next one. So my goal was to get them all the way read before the end of the year. So I'm really hoping I'll be able to do that, because now I'm picking another one and also going to be unwrapping another book. So if you'd like to see that video, go check that out. But without further ado, like I always say, let's choose a book. Dropped it. Oh, got 2. All right. The last one of the whole year, guys. Dead Girls Don't Blog. Okay, I'm pretty sure that one, I wanted to say it was right over here, but I don't see it. So let me go find it and I'll come right back. This is Dead Girls Don't Blog. I've had this for a good little while now. It says Murder Blog Mysteries #1. So I don't know if that means that it's a series or not. I would think so, but it is book #1 either way. So let's see, the page count on this is 300. And I'll put the blurb on the screen for you from Goodreads so that you can read about it. This gives me Good Girl's Guide to Murder vibes. This gives me murder mystery, kind of maybe young adult, but with some darkness thrown into it. This is definitely going to be a thriller. This is a mystery murder. And it actually sounds really good. I just read the blurb really quick, and I'll just read you one little part from it. It says, "What would you do if the man who murdered your friend was eligible for parole?" So the man that murders this girl's friend is getting out of jail pretty much, and this girl knows he murdered her friend. She thinks he murdered more than just her friend, and she's freaking out, and she doesn't want him to get released. And she starts doing some digging on him, and it just says that she might not survive to blog about it. She has a blog that she writes, like murder mystery, like podcasty type things, but it's a blog. So it sounds really good, actually. It really gives me Good Girl's Guide to Murder vibes, and I'm actually really excited to read this one. So I'm going to set this over here for now, and I'll come back and update you when I've started reading. As you saw, I just read some of Dead Girls Don't Blog, and so far it's really intense. The prologue is intense as anything. We are on a flashback for the whole prologue, and it's confusing, and this girl wakes up in a bed that's not hers. She's confused. She doesn't know what's happening. Her head is really hurting really bad. Her body doesn't feel right. Everything hurts, and there's a guy in her bed too, and it's not her bed, it's somebody else's house, and she doesn't know where she is, and it's wild. So then we switch from that to a whole different story, and we're in like present time now, and we're following along, I think, a different character than who was in the prologue, and we're kind of just getting to learn about her life and figuring out what's going on with her. And she just went through some messy stuff in her personal life, so she's kind of trying to get back on her feet. And yeah, I really haven't read too much, so I can't really say too much, but I did want to just like
check in really quickly because I wanted to say that I love the writing style. It is really fantastic. It is just one of those writing styles that makes you feel like you're transported into the book and you just could have a million things going on around you as you're reading, and you don't hear any of them because you're just like inside the book when you're reading. And those are really my favorite types of books. So I'm really excited about that. And I feel like the storyline is really going to take us places. So I'm hoping that I'm right on this hunch and that I'm really going to enjoy this book. But so far, so good. I am about 50 pages in, so I feel like I'm gonna fly through this, even though the words are a little bit small. I'll show them to you. But I feel like I'm flipping pages very quickly, so I can't wait to get back to this. So let's go get back to reading, and then I will either check in with you or give you a final wrap depending on how much I end up reading.
I just finished Dead Girls Don't Blog, and it was so intense. This book is so good, and it is part of a, I believe, 5-book series. And thank goodness I have the remaining books. I recently got them actually, and it just leaves us really wanting more. So I cannot wait to jump into the second book, and I will definitely be reading the second book this year. I absolutely adored our characters. They were just so vibrant and so well described. And the author really got us very emotionally invested in these characters. And then what I found out at the end of the book, I will tell you because it's not technically a spoiler. Anyone could find this out on Google. But this author based this story on events from her real life. Um, and that is mind blowing because this story was so just absolutely crazy. I was like, who could imagine this, first of all? And second of all, she didn't imagine it. She literally took inspiration from her real life, which I think is so cool. Anyone that knows me knows that I'm like a sucker for a true story because it just makes it so much more real. Can relate to the characters a little bit better, even, and just, I don't know, does something for me. So finding that out made me really excited because this book was just absolutely wild. And I told you a lot about it already. I really don't want to go too much more in depth into it because I don't want to give it away. I feel like if I say too much about this one, it would definitely give it away. And I don't want to give you any hints because it is so good. And finding every little tidbit out throughout the book was amazing. Also, it was very intense. So please check your trigger warnings for sure before you read this. But I absolutely loved it. Rated it 5 stars. Sorry, I forgot to tell you that in the beginning. And I'm just really excited that this was the last book I pulled out of the TBR jar. I kind of can't believe that it was this book and it was this good. So that's really all I want to say about this. I want to kind of keep it short, sweet, to the point. If you like thriller, mystery, whodunit, multiple POVs, wild, intense storylines with also like a little bit of romance thrown into that and some true life stories, this book is for you. So that's all I'm going to say about this one. Honey just came to finish the video out with me. And if you'd like to see more content from me, I post all the time on my Instagram, so go check that out. I also post here a weekly video, and that's every single Friday. And if you wouldn't mind hitting the like button and subscribing, I would really appreciate it. And I'll see you in a new video soon. Thanks for wrapping out the TBR jar challenge with me. Bye, guys.